Wish you could become a morning person? You know the type, up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
Welcome to Sephora.
I'm looking for a perfume that's not too perfumey.
I got you.
Serum moisturizer or moisturizer serum.
Let's get into layering.
My concealer is making me look worse?
Sounds like the wrong shade. Let's get you matched.
There's only one store that really gets what you're going for. Get beauty from people who get beauty. Only at Sephora.
Hi, Let's get you a basket.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Ryan Leary, William Tincup here with the BARF. This is the look at the week that was, so you can be prepared for the week that is. William, there is another person on the screen for those that are watching.
This is exciting. Video.
And she's on video. We just learned a really interesting fact, and you don't use video.
Sorry.
I don't. Yes, this is Katie Achille from the Devon Group, here to crash the party this week.
Yeah.
And yes, on video for once.
Wow.
I am a big believer in this thing called the phone that up until 5 years ago, everybody was totally okay with.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to see me at all times.
So what have you done for the last 5 years? Just talk. No phone, no
listened.
video.
Yeah, listened.
Yeah.
Listened and talked. And, sometimes I hop on, but very rarely.
Yeah. So this has been a hell of a week. We've had a lot happen this week, right? We've had the culmination of the elections, which we don't need to get into. We don't need to run down that path. Well, I will say, I would say 90% of the calls we've had this week have been therapy calls.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't actually get to the topics we needed to talk. And then we're talking like recordings too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it was just one of those weeks. So anyhow, Katie went swimming in the ocean last night in New Jersey, which is pretty awkward because
in November.
That's insane.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a little different format this week. We're not just gonna jump into all the news and acquisitions and all that stuff. Katie's here for a reason. She is going to be talking about some cool stuff and some findings and some trends and stuff like that she's been following and some recent travels. So let's kick us off. William, you want to do the honors?
No, Katie, go.
I was trying to make it not super awkward for her.
It's not awkward.
No,
She's good.
it's fine. I'm used to you two. We've done this before. I'm here to talk about events.
Yeah,
I'm here to talk about events. We've reached almost the end of the fall conference season, I'll say. I know there's a few more coming up, but for the most part, I'd say we're like 85-90% done through the conference season, which means everybody's trying to figure out what 2025 looks like and, what conferences they want to be at and how much they want to spend and all of that. So I came to talk to you guys. You've been at a lot of the shows recently to compare notes and see what y'all are thinking.
I was shocked and this is talent acquisition vendors at Unleash, Transform, and HR Tech. All of them are just pulling out of conferences next year.
Wow.
And I won't name names. Just no, those conferences.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They want to go and try and find the talent acquisition buyer, which I don't. That's pretty hard to find. There's not a lot of great events for those folks, especially leadership, whom they want to sell to, and they're kind of fed up with going to the more HR tech related, which is great, work tech related, a broad swath of HR, of which talent acquisition is a spoke, and they're just like DQing conferences.
Yeah, overwhelmingly.
It's insane.
I'm not going to lie. I'm seeing similar from what I'm hearing from my clients. And mine are not all talent acquisition tech. I represent broadly HR tech companies, a few other verticals as well. What I'm hearing is budgets for 2025 are flat. So those big shows, are not being prioritized in the same way they would have been.
Right.
The folks that are going are thinking about downsizing their booths, 10 by 10, 10 by 20 maybe.
Yep.
And they're looking at more of these either bespoke events, or they're looking at just shorter events. I've been to a few recently. I went to the Conference Boards People 2030 last week in Brooklyn. It's a day and a half. So as opposed to 3, 4, 5 days out of the office, that's an easier, you could just do one full day and call it. Or you could do, the overnight. But that seemed to get a lot more of those decision makers out than I think we're seeing with the big traditional conferences. So that's one sort of anecdote I can share. What do you guys think? I mean, in terms of, you mentioned TA Tech specifically, which events do you think are under consideration for those vendors? Breakfast, Show Talent.
Well, Erie.
Erie, yep.
I think is kind of a standard. I think the most of the folks that we've talked to at the shows, there's everyone's. I mean, this is just kind of a age-old thing. When you're at a show, let's say you're at Transform and you're talking to a vendor, they're always disappointed in traffic.
Always.
It doesn't matter if there's 14,000 people at their booth, they're going to be disappointed in the traffic. However, this year felt different conversations because it was like, these aren't just, there's traffic. These aren't the right people.
That's a big, I heard that too about, I was speaking with a marketing lead from a TA Tech company the other day that's a client, and they had gone into HR Tech thinking it was going to be like their big show of the year.
Right.
And then they had gone to Gartner Reimagine thinking it was going to be a terrible show for them. And it actually ended up being the opposite. They got not just more marketing qualified leads at Gartner Reimagine than at HR Tech, they got like tenfold the number of qualified leads. So that's a really, when you're measuring ROI, and William, I know you and Ryan and I have talked about this repeatedly with events, that's when you go to your CFO with the budget and they say, where's the ROI on this? If you're comparing 60 leads to 600, that's a very big difference. So
I also think it's a matter of how the company's looking at the event itself. Why are you going to HR Tech, or why are you going to Unleash, or why are you going to SHRM?
Brand
what is
versus
the goal?
Demand.
Exactly. And William and I, we've had these conversations since the, we'll call it September, early October timeframe, with a lot of the marketing and events teams who were very upset. Even on the floor, they were talking with us and they were upset. And they've all, it depends on who you talk to, but for the most part, they come back and say, look, we no longer look at these as demand gen shows. These are
they never
shows.
should have.
They never should have.
That's
right.
Well, and that was
right. These are partner shows. We're seeing our customers. We're seeing our partners. We're looking around to see what new partners are out there. So for that,
it's great.
From that respect, fantastic.
Great consultants. Can't beat it.
But
investors.
Do you need a 40 by 40 booth? To do that.
Plus the activation, plus the party, plus the
exactly,
because all of this starts to add up. I know, I had another, again, anecdotal conversation with one of the analysts recently who said that they were talking to a CEO at one of the big shows this fall, and the CEO, they threw a party and they looked around the room and they were like, I know everyone in here.
Right.
Why am I throwing a party for who are essentially like my friends, quote unquote? That's not, there is no ROI on that other than, we continue to be friends, but I shouldn't have to feel like I'm buying the goodwill.
Right. Thanks for the liquor.
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't
we could have just gone around the corner.
You don't need to spend $30,000 on a bar tab for someone to talk about you to someone else that they're already talking to them about you.
The other thing,
parties and dinners are tricky. The after hour stuff are tricky because everyone leading up to it, 6 months leading up to it, it's invite only. It's very special. You have to be qualified. And about 3 days before, they panic. Every single one of them panic and like, tell your friends, I don't know, get some homeless.
Put flyers in there.
But then that's when Ryan doesn't get allowed in, like what happened at the greenhouse party at HR Tech.
I know. And we love Greenhouse. We love
that was a very successful. That was an overly successful party.
It was a great party. I enjoyed it.
I didn't make it this year, but that it's historically been one of my favorite events, and Dina and her team do a great job.
That's right. Send me a sweatshirt, and I'll be just as happy.
No. Ryan forgot the first rule of entering a club.
I know.
Act like you own it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like literally. I mean, I had the sash from HR Tech, and I had my badge on, threw on my backwards, and I talked to the hostess. She goes, "It's full." I'm saying, "Oh, so we need to wait for some people to come out?" And she goes, "No, they're not letting anybody else in.
We're at capacity."
And she turned her head for a second, and I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
I've been here before.
I was a little further back and I didn't make it in. Anyhow, Next
so the
topic.
other thing,
it was full.
I'm sure. Like I said, I didn't make it that day. I had a very long day running the press room.
Yes.
But the other thing I wanted to point out about events that I've heard, and I've heard this again. I went to People 2030. HR Tech. I was also at HackerRank's AI Skills Summit at the Plaza Hotel in New York a couple weeks ago. So I had the chance to, from the attendee perspective, talk to some of the folks at the end of the sessions at the Conference Board and HackerRank's events. And, one thing that popped up is everyone is when it comes to the content, there seems to be something that's missing right now in these sessions, and it's the how. I was in a session last week about skills-based hiring. Everyone has heard that term. It's been beaten over all of our heads all year.
I've got a tattoo.
And it was a session with a very big American company. They might be based in Bentonville, Arkansas. And they were talking about their approach to skills-based hiring. Session was 30 minutes long. They talked for like 27 of them, which left one question. And this person got up at the front of the room and said, I think it's great that you've adopted skills-based hiring. Can you tell me how?
When your investors, customers, and workers demand more from your business, make it happen with SAP. The AI-powered capabilities of SAP can help you streamline costs, connect with new suppliers, and manage payroll, even when your business is being pulled in different directions. To deliver a quality product at a fair price while paying your people what they're worth too, so your business can stay unfazed. Learn more at sap.com/uncertainty.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contracts. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan. $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Yeah.
And the gentleman on stage stood there, and
that's a great question.
His PR team would have been going nuts, and he, stammered a little bit, and he could give one example. And his one example was that they are taking associates and putting them on the transportation track, and that is because they have the largest private fleet in the U.S.
True that.
So that's one example that was not mentioned anywhere in the presentation. So we need event content that actually it goes back to that case study model, where the attendees are learning how your technology works, not why you should buy it, not what benefits you're putting in your marketing copy, how it actually works.
Well, it gets to the essence of what is a conference? What is it? What are you trying to achieve during a conference? And most of the conferences, from SHRM all the way across, and it's not just a U.S. thing. Most conferences are designed to attract practitioners via content, and then by attracting those practitioners, they attract vendors that can sell to those practitioners.
Yep.
But the Brian will use a fishing metaphor. The bait to get people to come to the conferences is getting less effective. So, and which impacts everybody, because if you don't bring in the practitioners, it ripples to the vendors. They're like, okay, this isn't good for us because we can't sell to anyone, which is the whole goal for them to be there
is to sell.
Sell.
So is the solution then not so much content? Is it taking a page out of other industries like CES or something like that, where you're going there and you're just getting thousands of vendors. You're shopping. You're seeing what is new. You're seeing what's hot. I mean, HR tech's not sexy like that. I get it. But is there a page we can take out of all these? You go to the fishing expos that, they'll put 20,000 people in them.
Yeah,
fantastic. They'll do demos. They'll go through lessons and workshops.
You can attend though to find out which lure you should be using.
They do.
The hunting and gun shows here in Texas are the same. Yeah, like no one goes to the content. They just go to the expo.
They just walk around. Yeah. But they are the ones that do have them. They're interactive. Like you're actually you're doing
like things. Workshops.
And... Even practitioners still need workshops. They still need to be hands on.
The how.
It gets back to the how.
It's
but
the
small,
how.
less content.
Well, that's what I think we're seeing. I think to kind of bring the events conversation full circle. I think what we're seeing for 2025 is if budgets are going to remain somewhat the same as they were in 2024, and HR tech marketing teams need to make decisions, I think there's going to be less priority on the big shows, and we're going to start to see people trying some of the smaller shows. There are other players in the space who, I'll use From Day One as an example. They've been around for a number of years. They're starting to make more moves.
Oh, yeah.
They're attracting bigger brands, both on their content side and the attendee side. I talked to a friend who went to their event in Brooklyn last week, and she was naming, CHROs and VPs of talent acquisition that she was sitting next to in sessions, and it was from 8:30 to 5:30 in Brooklyn. Their other events are in Chicago, Miami. They're in these big cities, so they're easy for people who are based in those markets or anywhere near them to take the train in for a day, and then you're back in the office the following day. So I think we're going to see more of that in 2025.
The road trip model, the dinner trip model, those things have worked forever. Like they've never not worked. Like you just drop into a city, take down the nicest restaurant. This goes way back to what was Cielo? Oh, it was Pinstripe. Sue Marks at Pinstripe. The first time I went to one of those was in Cambridge. She noticed on Foursquare that I was in Boston, and she invited me to this dinner. I'm like, well, all right, cool. Get there, and there's 12 people.
Yep.
It's her, me, and 10 global heads of talent. And we didn't talk about work. We literally drank and ate.
Yeah.
And it was just one of these bits. It was a real fancy restaurant. Anyhow, so like that's all we did. And I went to a bunch of them afterwards. I'm like, this is a great model.
I think we're going to see more and more of that in addition to the shorter conference format. I think we're going to see more of those dinners. We're also, the user conferences are making a big return. We saw that in 2024. And analyst
really
days. Analyst
really
days
good.
are coming back. The, pre-COVID where, all of y'all were getting wined and dined as part of these user conferences. I think it's going to be more of what we see in 2025.
I'll tell you what, we've been to 2 user conferences in the last month, right? So, we've been to the ISOF ones. They kick ass.
And they had to pivot, didn't they? Because of the hurricane?
They did, yeah.
That team is amazing, though. So
they are.
They did an amazing job on the pivot.
Yeah.
But
they pivoted early.
Yes,
they did.
They were smart.
On Saturday, before it actually, we knew which way it was going to go, they pivoted early.
Yeah. Yeah, but their events are chock full of learning. It's great. They put a couple hundred people in there and they do their own thing. They don't need to impress the world, right? Indeed, another one. We were just at Indeed FutureWorks, and they're not paying their attendees to go. They're not paying them to say great things. And they were just overwhelmed and floored with the content. Yeah,
I think,
and that one actually coincided with HR Tech this year. So I know there was a little bit from the press and analyst perspective. It was a little tough because people needed to divide their time.
Next year they're in different weeks. So they are a week apart, but
there's always some overlap. That time of year. But
and I know there's overlap, and I know it's not contentious. But that just goes to show if HR Tech and some of these larger shows really truly mattered to the vendors, they would know when the event is, and they wouldn't plan their event.
Well, some
ahead
of the
of
conferences they'll publish like 5 or 6 years of
HR Tech
dates in a
plans
row.
out, I know, 3 years. I think if you go to the Unleash website, if you go to the
tells
HR
you.
Tech website, they've got their future dates because they're in multi-year contracts with their event spaces typically.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, again, though, I think 2025 is going to be a very different event landscape from 2024. You know, pending no global pandemics or things that I can't forecast from where I'm sitting here in November.
I think the way that I'll think of that, Katie, is flat is the new up for 25.
That is.
I'll just
say that.
basic. Well, it's not a bad thing. They'll have the same budget. They'll just have to rearrange.
Peanut butter spreading is what one of my marketing leads keeps saying. That's her goal for 2025. Is she's peanut butter spreading her budget.
Get it to the edges,
to make sure that the brand is in the most impactful places it can be without losing footing at some of the bigger shows where I think there's some FOMO too that the big shows have cultivated over the years.
100%. If you're not there, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
We've had several vendors through the years where that's come up. It's like if you're not there in some way or another. Now that's the question. Do you need the 40 by 40 or can you get away with a 10 by 10? You're there, but you're just not spending as much as on a 40 by 40. And you're not doing a party and you're not doing a dinner. You're going.
And you're not flying the whole team out to be in the 40 by 40 because you got to make it look crowded. There's a lot that goes into all of it. One of the other things I wanted to mention, as we wrap up the events conversation, and Ryan, you're involved in this. I just wanted to get a quick plug in, and that's we have a program open right now for HR Tech marketing teams called the Clear Communicator Awards. This is HR Tech marketing teams' opportunity to submit themselves for a little praise. We know how hard y'all work to differentiate yourselves in a very crowded market. So there's more information at the Devon PR website, which is Devon, DEVONPR.com, in the news section. Yeah. And there's the submission form is super short.
What's the deadline? What are we doing?
The deadline is Wednesday, November 20th. There are 3 categories. It's campaign, event, or brand. And again, it's a super short submission, and they're free because it's the inaugural year. I am not a judge, but Ryan is one of our judges,
as he should
being
be.
an expert on all things HR Tech marketing. So I do encourage anyone who's listening who is on an HR Tech marketing team to check that.
I love that.
Will be fun.
Yeah. I would be a bad PR person if I didn't get that plug in.
The best part about that is then you can say you're award-winning software.
Exactly. Who doesn't want to be award-winning?
Award-winning.
As opposed to leading. Award-winning is it just sounds.
I want to be award-winning one day.
Yeah,
I want an award. Give me.
I won an award this year, and you don't know how quickly I changed that LinkedIn profile.
Award-winning PR specialist.
Yes,
Great.
Something like that. And the award is actually sitting on my mantle because you know what? It's the closest I'm ever going to get to an Oscar. Did I just make William do a spit take?
You did.
It was close.
That's an award win right there.
There you go.
You said it was on your desk.
That one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good luck.
We ready to break into some news?
Let's do some news. Are you ready?
Let's do it. We're keeping Katie on. Katie's going to help us give some insights here.
All right. Let me start with Boeing. So 2 things happened with Boeing this week of note. One is the machinist, the strike. They're set to return to work after voting for a contract with a 38% increase in pay.
I kind of feel like they should just find new people to work there. We haven't had good luck with these.
Where are the robots?
Doesn't that go against retention, though? Is retention a thing?
Boeing is okay. So the other story, in the same week, mind you, they dismantled their global diversity, equity, and inclusion departments. The DEI office, if you will be combined with another human resources team focused on the talent or employee experience.
So they thought the strike news would they could just slip that in.
I know.
Real quick on.
So that's exactly what I first of all, you can look the strike ending. You can find out on the Wall Street Journal, and you can find more about the DEI on Reuters. So if you want to see those things, so. Initially, I thought okay, is this going to sound like some type of conspiracy theory? But are these stories related? And why I asked both of you is like 38% raise. That cost has to come from somewhere.
So you think it came from the DEI department?
Or are they cutting the people, or are they just moving people into different roles?
Well, they said the word dismantled.
That does sound like a synonym for layoff.
Maybe. Yeah.
If they said moving or dispersed, or
well, they're dismantling the office, not the people.
Yeah,
I think they might come with the furniture, though.
Yeah.
You know, if you dismantle the desk, you're getting rid of the legs.
Boeing has this was Reuters. Boeing has dismantled its global diversity, equity, and inclusion departments.
I need to go to like layoffs at FYI and see if Boeing is listed.
Yeah. Again, I don't know it's causation or correlation. I don't know if these things are even in the same thing. However, both of them happened this week. So there you go.
Well, there we go. All right. U.S. employers add a measly 12,000 jobs in October. This is the lowest since 2020. God. We added 12,000 jobs in October. The expectation was 100,000 jobs.
Yeah, there's 12,000 people in my neighborhood.
So I say we're a little under that. Unemployment though has remained at 4.1, right? But the number of unemployed rose to 7 million. So we have some movement. Now, here's I mean, all right, you guys need to school me on this. Right. The reason one of the driving factors in this is the hurricanes and the major strikes contributed to this subdued growth. I do not believe that.
Well, when someone's on strike, they're so employed.
Yeah.
So that those numbers stay constant, and turns out hurricanes happen from May to November every year. So I think
there were back-to-back ones in October. However,
there were, yeah. But did that help?
But that wasn't across the country.
No, it was only a specific. It's the Southeast, It's only the Southeast that was impacted by that.
Yeah. So,
but it was bad, no doubt. I'm not.
No, yeah.
Not diminishing the impact of the hurricanes. How many jobs were added in September? Do you know that?
I do not know that.
Do not know that. No, but it was in the 100. It was
over. Yeah.
It was well over 100,000. Yeah.
If they're not going to give more context, then
hurricanes.
Their numbers.
We're going to stay behind hurricanes
and strikes.
Hurricanes, strikes,
and strikes.
We'll throw in elections just for the hell of it.
Why
you never know.
Why not?
If I were BLS, though, I might be concerned.
I would be too. I would be absolutely getting my resume updated. Alrighty, so this is from Bloomberg. Equity is the most triggering word in the DEI acronym. So some companies are looking to rebrand diversity efforts without the equity to tamp down potential backlash.
Writes Johnny C. Taylor of SHRM.
No, he doesn't like diversity. So this is the bit, right? So at one point, this is probably the height. Yeah.
Why is equity the most triggering, and who says?
This again, we can go on Bloomberg and find out exactly where they're coming from. However, if you go back to the height of probably the pandemic, everyone was talking about diversity, equity, equality, inclusion, and belonging. 5 terms. And SHRM, Johnny, distanced itself from diversity to just inclusion. That's why the conferences call it inclusion, and just let's back away from diversity and let's just focus on inclusion. Now we find out that equity is under attack. It's triggering. So I think, again, I think there's dark days ahead for anybody that cares about any of these initiatives. I think the next 4 years are going to be difficult because I think they're going to be under attack. So whatever you call it, which got me to think about Animal Farm. Do y'all remember reading Animal Farm?
George Orwell.
Do you remember this? When the pigs started changing the words, right? So one of my favorites out of that bit is for all animals are equal. Changes to all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. So that's what it reminds me of. I'm like, they were just changing words, but this is serious. We have friends that work in this space and care deeply about this stuff, and it's like they're going to be under those folks that we care about are going to be under attack, absolutely under attack for the next 4 years at least,
and already have been for this year. And we're at the beginning, not the end. Is
100%.
Yeah, well, there we go. Okay, I've got one here for a company called Bolt. Bolt drivers win in the UK tribunal. They had a claim for workers' employment status. So
classification,
right? So shit's getting complicated now. This is going to cross over, I think, into the U.S. as well. So let's start off with the fact that employers may need to reassess everything they're doing with how they're hiring or working with drivers, gig workers, delivery, on-demand apps, all of that. Okay.
Right.
So Drivers for Bolt, which is, so if you don't know, is a ride-sharing app. So they call it a ride-hailing app, right? I guess they're still throwing their hands up.
Careful.
In the UK. I know. Anyhow,
in Germany, they call it something different. My bad.
Well, that just went dark. Next story. So they've been legally recognized as workers. Not gig workers, not contractor workers, entitling them to benefits and pay and a guaranteed minimum wage. So this whole bit, they have 150,000 clients. Bolt does. They have 150,000 clients, and they've been ordered. This could potentially mean that they need to pay back £200 million, which is about $260 million.
From the start of the lawsuit or something like that?
I believe so. Yeah, that's $259 million in US dollars for those like me that can't do that conversion.
Yeah, do the calculate. Did you ask ChatGPT to translate that for you?
No, the article did that for me.
Okay. Pounds.
Kudos to that journalist.
Yeah. So they did that. So that's pretty crazy because we've seen this a lot in the US. They haven't actually gone this distance.
Yeah. The minimum wage thing, well, first of all, you start with all drivers, let's say Uber and Lyft, all drivers have to have background checks. Mm-hmm. That was a fight. All background drivers have to have fingerprints. You know, so all that stuff. And then there was a fight for them to become employees, but I think that's been pretty much squashed up till now.
For now,
Up till now.
Up till now?
DoorDash has last year, they began to change how they offer jobs to the drivers, the delivery drivers.
Right.
You have an option. You can take a guaranteed minimum per hour, or you can do a per delivery. I don't know what that means in terms of what I'm selecting versus not, but you get to choose.
Well, if they just give you the higher number.
Oh, that would make sense for the driver.
Why do I have to choose?
Well, actually, no. I think it does. It gives you. So I think the minimum at the time. I think it's different in each area, but it's like $14. An hour. Say you're guaranteed 14 plus your tips, or if you go per ride in an hour, maybe you only get
could be
$10.
$5 a ride, or it could be
So you're guaranteed. So they're guaranteeing you that minimum.
And what we're going to see, at least in the first 2 years of this election, is pro-business. Mm-hmm. It's going to be extremely pro-business. So anything that you think that would happen under a regime like this. It'll
happen after the midterms.
It might happen after the midterms.
Right.
Do you think we're going to see less of like the fractional work?
I don't.
Because that's been such a big trend this year.
I don't think that will change because I think that's based on the people wanting to work a certain way. Mm-hmm. So I think that because
that's been trickling down, from C-suite to other employment classifications. So I was kind of wondering if we were seeing kind of the end of the employee or approaching, the end of the employee. But
I think we're gonna
different administration now.
RTO.
Yeah, I think we'll see soon enough. When the job market comes back to where it's a candidate-driven market at this point, at that point, if the people who swear by these gig jobs and all the fractional work, if they hold true to their word, if there's ample jobs and candidates can go get jobs and they can be guaranteed a salary of $120,000, are they going to work 5 gig jobs to get to that that salary, right, and have to manage all their own stuff, I think that's when I don't think it's going to be anytime soon, but I think when we'll see either the trend's going to stick or it's going to fall off.
After the midterms.
After the midterms. All right, this is a New York story, New York Times. So librarians across the country face a burnout epidemic as their jobs increasingly require them act as a de facto mental health or emergency response workers to patrons that are experiencing hardships like homelessness and addiction and mental illness. So the first thing, because when I was at Bama, I worked at 2 libraries the whole time I was there for 3 years. I worked at the general library and I worked at the medical library. So I had 2 jobs. They were both part-time, student jobs, but I could study and I loved it. I love being around librarians because they're just smart. They can find shit. So it's like I loved being, and it was also just a fun job because I could study while I was there. That those folks that I was around back then, they would not fare well in this environment of homeless, addiction, and mental health. So the first thing I thought of is deuces, different job. I didn't sign up for this shit. I'm out. Mm-hmm. Now, secondly, I think it made me think of sociology majors in college. There's only so many sociology jobs available in a given year after graduation. There's always so many, and most people stay, if they get a job, they stay forever. They stay to death. So if you blend sociology with a little bit of library science, you could have an absolute wonderful career path because you already have the skills of sociology and the skills of library science. So there is a silver lining, I guess, but they're going to lose a lot of these librarians that have been around for a while. They didn't sign up for that.
This episode is brought to you by Tic Tac. Your boss is going off at you for missing a deadline and you swear the clock just moved backwards. Suddenly, you remember the pack of Tic Tacs on your desk. Now you're riding horseback on the beach, the smell of citrus in the air. And what's this? Your boss is sitting behind you, breathing heavenly fresh mint. Refresh your mouth and mind and share your good vibes with Tic Tac.
How does PwC take your company to the leading edge? They bring the sharpest minds in tech to your team, so you can bring the ideas that will transform your business. They're passionate about your industry, so you can walk into any room with every advantage. And they're with you every step of the way, so you can know you're headed in the right direction. PwC builds for what's next, so you can get there now. Get started at pwc.com/us/leading edge.
I mean, you're also assuming libraries are going to be kept open.
Good point.
And that there's going to be funding for those.
Point taken.
I think that's the bigger point is they're not going to have a job anyway. So,
wow.
Boom.
I'm just saying they're librarians. I mean, how many books are you reading?
Thought I was being harsh, Ryan.
Like a little duck hunting. Here we go.
I mean, look, there's 3 people on screen. Only one of us has books.
Well, that's definitely, that's Katie.
One of us has art, one of us has books, and one of us has nothing.
Nothing, right?
Yeah,
I have read
minimalist.
75 books so far this year. And yes, I keep track every year. I'm a nerd.
Nuts. Yeah.
Where do you get your list?
What do you mean? Where do I?
Yeah, are you a New York Times bestseller person?
I have the Libby app for my local library, and then I'm also a member of my local book co-op, and I buy books there.
Yep.
Okay. Reading is fundamental.
Yeah. Do you read multiple books at the same time?
Yes, because I do read some audiobooks because I listen to them while I walk my dogs, and yes, that is considered reading because it's
100%.
what works for my schedule.
I'll audiobooks.
I listen to audiobooks.
That's like saying I'm watching the podcast.
Are we not on video right now, Ryan?
Yeah, but the words are.
I understand, but I mean,
I count it. I count it.
Yeah, I will. I usually have like one trashy novel, one nonfiction, and then one business book going at any given time.
Okay.
And then I'm also known to bring books with me on my travel and then just leave the ones I don't.
You get a chapter in.
We'll leave this for the cleaning crew.
As a book reader, do you feel that you have to finish the book, or
not with library books?
Okay.
With library books, I'll just return them because that's easy. If it's a book that I own, I typically will at least skim my way to the end.
You're going to grind it out.
I'm going to grind it out.
I paid my $20, bitch. I'm getting my money's worth.
Well, sometimes it's also like, I feel like with physical media too, it's like somebody told me to read this for a reason, or somebody gave it to me for a reason.
Right.
Maybe it's page 664 that's on. So maybe. I'll commit.
Okay. Maybe. All right.
Maybe.
All right.
Sometimes not.
53 years ago, there was a person who was inside of an agency called the EEOC. And they didn't like what was happening at a company in New York. It was a major New York trade company, Union Local 580. They didn't like what was happening with their hiring process. So they put a claim out. They took them to court, the whole bit. So anyway, this is in 1971. So it was a widespread discrimination claim against Black and Hispanic workers, iron workers, I should say, in recruitment, training, and referrals for jobs that were coming through the union. In 1978, the court approved a consent judgment that barred Local 580 from discriminating based on race. Okay, so they had a court-appointed judgment that they needed to keep track of their hiring process, and they needed to monitor this. They're hiring, how many people they're interviewing, how many they're hiring, what race, nationality, the whole bit, right? Like they had to track everything. This is from 78 on. Well, they haven't done that very well, and they've been tracked, and then when they weren't being audited, they didn't do it, right? Or at least they don't have the records. So anyhow, there's a court-appointed special master. I hate that name for this. Special master. Just
the master.
Doesn't do well.
It just sounds
like moist. Yeah, it's like it's like when I say moist in front of my wife, she gets really pissed off.
I was thinking it sounded antiquated, but sure.
Yeah, antiquated.
Does the job come with a whip?
So David Raff, right, of Raff and Becker. Anyway, he
Local 580 is probably in some trouble, I'm guessing, needs for not producing the records.
Local 580 needs a PR team.
Well, listen, I'm a union wife, and I can tell you from dealing with my husband's local, everything is still done on paper,
100%.
by hand, and it drives me bananas.
Oh yeah.
So I'm guessing. I don't know if I know anybody I do know some iron workers in the city, so I don't want to offend them, but I'm guessing 580 has. Yeah, there might be Post-it notes.
That's about
Jason Aberbrook would say digital transformation.
No, we're talking about carbon copies, and there's fax machines somewhere.
All right, let's all get on computers.
There's this thing, plug it in.
It's called a word processor.
Word
Hell
perfect.
Lotus Notes, yes. All
there we go.
Yeah.
Clippy is somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's move over to Microsoft Word. Yeah. Done.
Okay.
Hey, that sounds great.
Perfect.
Alrighty. Alphabet executives donning Halloween costumes faced questions from concerned employees at an all-hands meeting on Wednesday, day after election, following comments on the company's earnings call suggesting that more cost cuts are coming. So first of all, they had an earnings call.
On Halloween?
On Halloween. So
that sounds...
So there's that. Then they have an all-team, an all-hands meeting the next day. All right, so I looked at this two ways. So the first thing that I thought, this is on CNBC, so the first thing I thought is, okay, file this under smart people doing stupid shit. Check. Then the next file was know thy audience. So, I think it's a good thing for employees to listen to earnings calls. I think it actually should be. They should get paid to listen to earnings calls so they know what's going on with the business. And I think that management should always encourage them to do that. However, I think showing up as the Grim Reaper on a call.
We're about cost cutting.
We're talking about cost cutting. That's just not a good look. That's just that's not a good look. So there's some scheduling stuff in there.
Yeah, the IR team probably should have talked to the HR team or whoever was in charge of scheduling the all hands and internal. And at a company like Alphabet, I would assume they have enough layers.
Why can't they just have a fun culture and get dressed up?
Well, you
they
can.
They can do that on different days, though.
Yeah. Earnings call, they have to happen. That's a Wall Street thing. Check.
Yeah.
Got it. Halloween, okay, do some stuff for Halloween. Great. Check. Got it. All hands meetings. Okay, cool. Got it. But maybe scheduling these things in a different way.
Yeah, in New Jersey and parts of the country, we celebrate Mischief Night on October 30th.
Ah, okay.
Ryan, do you guys do that out by you?
I haven't gone out.
Yeah, I haven't. It's been a long time, and I think it's called Goosey Night in some area. It's a regional thing, but
you don't have that in Texas.
No, it's region. I think it's like Michigan and New Jersey and part of the Northeast. It's very niche. But you could have done your all hands on October 30th and celebrated Mischief Night or something, and that was when you dressed up, and then did earnings the next day, or something like that.
Just someone being on this. I think, Katie, I think you nailed it. All of these different people, getting them in a room or on a call and going,
or on this thing called Slack, or
it's a modern technology. It's called texting.
Yes.
Just getting these people together. So I'm reading it going, just doesn't seem like the team was together on this.
No, a little disparate in terms of organization and planning.
There you go. All right.
See,
Alphabet.
I just look at it as a fun company. You guys are boring. Anyhow, something even more boring than that, but
can't wait.
Slow news week, apparently.
Thanks.
It is a slow news week.
Right. Great lead. Great lead.
My
God.
Is really
you think that story sucked? All right.
Listen to this one. No, this is actually well needed if you're a healthcare person. So, healthcare is overly complex, to say the least, right? You go through open enrollment, you gotta, pull up your checklist and see the column A, column B, column C, compare your plans and all that stuff. There's an issue with healthcare. We know that. It's open enrollment season, and so I thought, why not bring this story to the lovely group that's here on the call? The challenge with healthcare has been, outside of cost and all that stuff, is that plan members do not use their plan accordingly for what they selected, right? They use it when they go to the ER. They use it if they have to go to the what do you call those clinics? The urgent care clinics. Yeah, urgent care. That's when they use it, when they have to. But they're not using it for routine, medical or healthcare maintenance. They're not using it for any of that stuff, right? Preventative care. So Aetna launched back in 2018. They launched something called Simple Pay, with the idea that they're going to create a process or a plan in healthcare that's easier for people to take part in, whether it's payments, whether it's invoicing, whatever it is, right? Just to use it. So now it's gone mainstream. Now they're pushing it out into the masses, and since it's open enrollment time, it makes sense. But the big difference here, Simple Pay, you don't have any upfront costs. It gets rid of co-insurance. It gets rid of deductibles, all of that stuff. So all great for people. And you don't have any upfront payments when you go to get the treatment, whether it's emergency, whether it's preventative, regular care, or just you need something done. Payment plans are over 12 to 18 months, and they're interest-free. So whatever your portion is, $500. You have 12 to 18 months to pay that back, and they invoice you monthly on that.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like it. I like the deal. I'm not sold on it because I'm sure there's something I'm missing there, but I like the idea, making it more valuable for people. And
now, Katie already knows about this because it has impacted her life this week.
Uh-oh.
A 600-member New York Times tech guild walked off the job at midnight on Monday. That'd be the day before the election.
Yes.
And for an open-ended strike. Mm-hmm. What they're really fighting for is remote roles and hybrid work protections and pay equity. This was reported by the Wall Street. Can't even get it out.
It was who were thrilled to report on this, I'm sure.
Giddy.
I will say, so another nerd alert here. I do the New York Times crossword puzzle every single day.
As you should.
And I have now broken my streak in solidarity of the tech workers, because I do think that what they're fighting for is 100% legitimate.
100%.
Open-ended strike, though, is mildly terrifying. I think my brain is starting to atrophy already.
they're not tracking your strike on Wordle, and
I know
you just ruined this.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm trying
you're
to divest of bad relationships.
But you're just a great person.
No, hardly. But
in solidarity, I stopped Wordle.
I did.
For a day.
I did Wordle. I do all of them. It's like really sad every morning. I do all of them.
My wife.
I've gotten into Strands. I like Strands.
Oh, I don't know that one.
That's the newest one.
Is that's not the one with letters?
It's like a word search kind of, and you have to find the words and
This is what really intelligent people do.
Yeah.
Hardly 100%. Intelligent people with too much time on their hands. Maybe I don't know.
I wonder how fast the Wall Street Journal put that article out. Like
they had it.
They might have had it pre-written. You know how obituaries are already celebrity obituaries are already under construction. Mm-hmm. They might have been waiting for this one. Just had to go to a quick run by the ethics board and the editors and upload.
But kidding aside, if you're going to strike, you historically do it when you have the most leverage. Now that we know the election results, this story might not age well. That's my only fear.
I did hear something happened with connections, or was it Wordle the day after the election?
Right.
People were not happy about the choice, I believe, of answers.
Yeah. Again, it's impacting a lot of people. But again, if you're going to strike and they're not striking for more money. That's not. I mean, at least that wasn't listed. They're striking because they want remote and hybrid and flexibility and pay equity. Those aren't bad things.
I'm all for autonomy, but
But I've always believed. I think you're right.
Striking to get remote work.
To get remote work and hybrid work
guarantees.
Protections.
I think protections.
Yes.
I think
that's exactly right.
Listen, in the return to office, battle royale, I could see why you would want to, protect your flexibility.
That's right. It's that remote, because some of them are remote and hybrid, but they just want the protections that they can stay remote.
They don't need to be in the newsroom. These are the puzzle creators. These are not. Yeah.
Right.
The solution is go to work.
Katie, you're absolutely right. Wall Street Journal had their finger on the button, just waiting.
Just like Ryan did right there, where he's moving on.
12:01. Go to 12:01.
Shut your mouth and go to work. How about that?
They went on strike at 12, and 12:01, the article went live. There you go. All right, last story on the news side is OpenAI CEO Sam Altman. He was on a podcast, VC 30 Minutes, whatever the heck it's called. And he basically advocated for a hiring approach that prioritizes talent over age, emphasizing the importance of managing a diverse workforce that combines both experienced professionals and promising young talent. This was on MSN.com. So when I first read this headline, the first thing I thought is I thought that's what we were doing. I thought that was what we were doing already. I thought that was the bit. So it's funny, but it's not funny actually, because Silicon Valley has long since valued younger talent, and he said it out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
Well, and there's some of that cost cutting too.
That is correct.
You know what?
Yeah.
More people said things out loud.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Isn't that how we got to where we are, Ryan?
Oh,
probably.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, I don't know that that's a good thing.
Probably.
Ryan, are you gonna build a wall?
I'm gonna build 12 foot.
Dude, do you know the cartels already have the wall is not gonna stop anybody?
No.
Cartels have 20 years of a head start on this deal.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Building a wall.
Yeah.
You keep the Girl Scouts out.
Says the Texan.
All right. We ready to talk some acquisitions here?
No, we're gonna let Katie go.
Oh.
No,
someone got acquired this week?
Yeah, actually, we can talk about it if you want to.
Sure, why not? I must have missed this.
Let's do some acquisitions. You go first.
All right. Big Time expands platform with Workrails acquisition to enhance CPQ and workflow automation for professional services. Is that bigtime.net? I guess they couldn't get the .com. Anywho, it's a big win. In terms of the acquisition, is a big win for professional services firms. That's their clientele, both companies' clientele. they'll be more efficient and profitable because it's basically making them more efficient. So, good acquisition.
I like it.
There you go.
All right. Salesforce is on the board. Now, they haven't fully announced this acquisition.
Right.
So back in September, they announced that they've signed a definitive agreement to acquire 10X or 10. Is it 10X? Is that how you say it? TENYX. I call it 10X. Anyway, it's
your story.
What's that? I'll make it up. It's an AI-powered voice agent, mainly used in customer service.
I remember this one. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're supposed. The reason I'm bringing it back up is because they're supposed to announce it this quarter, this upcoming third quarter, which is in fiscal year end for Salesforce is October 31st.
Oh, really?
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're supposed to bring it up or announce it now. They haven't, so wanted to put it back on our radar because I think this is actually pretty significant.
I think they're going to carry it over to the next year.
What do you mean the announcement?
Acquisition? Yeah, no, they've already announced it, but the acquisition itself,
the closing of the acquisition.
Oh, the closing.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
Yeah.
Did they do their earnings already?
Yeah, that would have been if
they did that.
Yeah. They might just sneak it in.
This is one of your type of stories, William, where could be, couldn't be. But I think they have a play here in talent acquisition.
Oh yeah,
they own 22% of the CRM market already. They integrate with Bullhorn deeply. Mm-hmm. They integrate with Pardot deeply. Mm-hmm. They're the king of automation, right? They've got all the makings to come in and do, and a lot of companies use them. They use them for talent acquisition. They use them as an ATS, or they combine it with.
And you're talking about 10X?
No, Salesforce.
Salesforce has tried to come into HR and recruiting specifically, and they haven't six different times.
Yeah, they haven't been successful.
All failed.
Yeah. But I think this is another push. I think with this company now they're able to do a lot of different things. So
the struggle has been you have to build off the Force.com platform. Correct. So if you're going to do it like you build an ATS or whatever the bit is, you got to build off their platform. And a lot of people have tried that and not fared well. So good luck for them.
Yeah.
Now let me roll another one that we've talked about before. First Advantage completes acquisition of Sterling Check for $2.2 billion. GlobalNewsWire.com. We reported on it because they announced it in March. However, now this week they've actually closed the transaction. Correct. It's completed, etc. Now, your take, both yours and Katie's, on this. How close is that to the monopoly rule with those two being combined?
It was already subject to review.
Right.
Full disclosure, First Advantage is a client of mine.
Yeah.
But they've already gone through all the processes, obviously, which is why it was announced way back when. And, they were seen as distinct enough in their offerings.
Okay.
And First Advantage also rebranded as part of it. Did do a little bit of a rebrand.
Oh, cool.
Reflective of this. So.
Okay. Well, when putting those two together, first of all, it's fantastic for all the customers involved. It's just I wondered because they're so big.
They are so big.
Mm-hmm. It's like, there's a ton. There's thousands of smaller ones. So maybe
I think historically they've focused on different verticals, which is part of what made First Advantage and Sterling distinct enough that they could come together.
I love it. I love it. I bet
Ryan, huge global reach.
Well, when we saw it in I think it was March 3rd when we did the barf on this one. Mm-hmm. We saw it. We're like, oh, this is cool. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is just great for everybody around. This one, once it finally got complete, I looked back into it. I'm like, okay, out of all the global players, how big does this make them? And obviously it doesn't come close to the threshold. So good. Right. Good for them.
All right. We're on to some research stuff. This is the fun part, Katie. If you could stay.
We're just getting started with the fun part, guys?
Yeah.
We have some stupidity to talk about today.
All right.
Ooh, I like stupidity.
Confessions of an Office Workhorse Study. It's on sidehustles.com. This is a study. I can't make this shit up. This is fascinating because it relies on how people see themselves and their value. And historically, I've always thought that people overvalue the things they do. So I've always come into this like, you think you're adding a lot of value. I don't think you're adding the same amount of value. So I've been very cynical as it relates to this. They've got a whole study about it. So 61% of, I'll give you three stats. 61% of employees consider themselves workhorses, with Gen X 64% being the most likely to identify as workhorses, and Gen Z 52% the least likely. That's one stat. 55% of workhorses feel that their contributions are undervalued. 55%, same number, of workhorses feel stuck in their current positions, and 51% feel burnt out. So, first of all, what do y'all think about the workhorses?
I mean,
I think that spoke volumes.
It did.
This is almost going to be as good as my next one.
All right. Okay. Go.
All right. So, Gen Z, you ready for this? Gen Z
ready.
Stressing the fuck out of their managers.
Yeah.
So this.
They're using different words.
How old are their managers?
Yeah,
exactly. They're millennials.
Because no. If it's Gen X again, I got a lot to say there. But
Oh, 100%.
So this gets into challenges managers face when overseeing Gen Z employees. Right, setting the stage here. So this caught my attention because it highlights the different generations, which we love to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Anyhow, I read this as managing Gen Z requires more time and resources, leading to increased stress and frustration among managers. That was how I wrote it. Listen to these stats, though. This is where I think Katie's going to chime in.
Yes.
18% of managers have considered quitting due to the stress of managing Gen Z employees. But wait, there's more. Additionally, 51% have experienced frustration and 44% have felt stressed in this context of, why are they in my office?
I feel like these numbers could have just been like 10 years ago this study could have come out, 20 years ago this study could have come out. The numbers would have been exactly the same. It's like young career entrants, difficult to manage, require more of their managers.
Just recycle that article.
I think this was written about millennials in 2009.
It was written about Gen X. And,
it was.
Yeah.
This is the
stuff.
stupidity that's out there in the world of research. Like, people are getting paid to do this.
I know.
Well, the thing is I can see the challenge, but it's the same challenge that other people have had before. And you get over the challenge. If you're a true leader, you get over the challenge because you're like, oh, okay.
If you're a true researcher, you go back and see if this has been done to death.
That's right.
That's really my problem with it.
I mean,
it's
really difficult to manage people from different generations.
No, I think what this is the managers are not receiving the training they need. And because that's part of this, is that onboarding and training we're doing less of.
That's right.
Manager training, pretty much non-existent. So you're supposed to be taking time out of your day to help out, these people who need help.
Yeah,
who just didn't they didn't get the training or the onboarding they needed. You didn't get it, and the cycle is just vicious and repeating itself.
I have a fucking headache. Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
It is specifically the barf that has made me unhireable. Ever, if I need to get a job.
This is what made you unhireable all these years, right?
I think working with me probably had some of it.
Someone's going to look back and be like, how are you going to work with our employee population?
Not.
I think between the three of us, though, when was the last time any of us had like a corporate...
A job?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Job.
It's been
a while.
Yeah, it's a new generation by now.
Yeah.
I did when I was at this was by 2008, so a long time ago. I made one of my interns cry, and not on purpose, obviously, but she was although
young millennial workforce entrant.
Okay, young millennial. She right out of TCU, and great gal. She was writing stuff for me, and it was an open office. Right, so 4 walls, lots of chairs, whatever. She pulls up a chair right at my desk, and she gives me the article, and I'm reading it, and I'm just looking down, reading it, going, "This is."
She printed out a copy to give to you because it's that long
ago. 2008.
Did it have
it's double spaced.
Did it
Times
have
New
holes?
Roman, size 12 font.
Dude, this is so great.
Did it have holes on the side of the paper?
Yeah, like what was it? Dot matrix.
Yeah, dot matrix.
So she's sitting across from me, and I'm not looking at her. I'm looking down. And I'm like, this is the fucking worst shit I've ever read in my fucking life.
Red pen in hand.
No, I didn't even have a pen. I'm like, are you fucking high? Like, this is crazy. And I'm not looking at her. And then all of a sudden, I can hear her sniffling. And I'm like, and I looked up, and she's on full on fucking makeup's ruined, the whole bit. I'm like, oh shit, I'm sorry.
Oh, you were sitting there the whole time.
First of all, I thought touch of autism. Anywho, so here's the deal. I'm sorry. I should have asked you how you like your feedback. So, great gal. I mean, we're still friends to this day because we can laugh about it now. But that's something like with another Gen X person, that would have been just normal.
This is why he asks me all the time, how do you like your feedback? When he says that.
I do. That's where that comes from.
You know there's something.
Exactly.
Have you ever watched that movie Wine Country with like Amy Poehler? And it's, may I offer you some feedback is like the running joke throughout the movie. May I offer you some? And you know she's just going to tell you you're being
100%.
absurd. Yeah.
100%.
Rachel Dratch.
Yeah. Bring us through some money. 2 fundings.
All right, Craft with 2 T's. A New York City-based provider of a platform built on decentralized infrastructure for the modern workforce. Raised $2 million in seed funding. That's Craft with 2 T's .xyz.
This episode is brought to you by KPMG. Making an impact is how KPMG helps make the difference. KPMG applies advanced tools and strategic thinking to convert data into actionable knowledge and deliver value by improving performance through transformation, modernizing processes with technology, harnessing the power of data, navigating complex M&A transactions, and enhancing trust among stakeholders. Go to kpmg.us/advisory to learn more. KPMG. Make the difference.
This episode is brought to you by Buick. Buick certified service technicians are factory trained to fit your vehicle with the tires specifically developed for it. And with our tire price match guarantee, you get the best fit for the best deal. Buick, exceptional by design. Available on select eligible tire brands at participating dealers only. Offer ends 12/31/2025. Terms apply. See dealer for complete details. Visit Buick.com/service to learn more.
Is it a K or a C?
No, it's with a C. It's like
I think I'm hungry at this point. So.
It's like a Prince song. Did I hear a niner in there?
Can I have some macaroni and cheese?
So anyhow, it's actually, go to their website because it is actually really cool looking, but they're building a frictionless thing for work, for decentralized infrastructure, the platform. It's actually really, outside of all the jokes, it's actually really cool. And it's enabling kind of a modern workforce. So, cool. Anyhow, that's Craft with 2 T's.
Beautiful.
Next, Algorized, an AI platform pioneering advanced people sensing and positioning software. Has raised.
That's a lot of P's.
I know. $4.3 million in seed funding. This was on VCNewsDaily.com, so you can look at there. People sensing, not as sexy. So people sensing, think of like you're in your Tesla, and you can see cars on the side of you with little boxes of cars. Sensing in a industrial situation.
So somebody's creeping up behind me in a warehouse?
Right. You can see people
in the back of my head.
Oh no, this is when you go to the website, you're gonna trip out. So like people sensing, not as sexy. They can do people sensing through walls.
Oh, Big Brother is watching, and this is
dude, it's so awesome.
Terrifying.
So it's like you're on your forklift and you can see that there's people over there behind the rolls of whatever it is.
From a safety perspective, it makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. It just,
I'm thinking I'm in my closet hiding from the serial killer, and they can see me from the next house. Yeah.
No,
your panic room is no longer safe.
Those are thermal scopes. I don't know if y'all have ever looked through. We're changing the subject, but those thermal scopes on rifles. You can drive around your neighborhood and see people in their house.
I need to build a bunker.
I kind of feel like we should edit that out.
Buddy of mine has one. It's like $9,000. He paid roughly $9,000 for a thermal scope, and we drove around my neighborhood. Just
Texas
looking at
is
people
very different than New Jersey.
So awesome.
It is.
You can see everything. It's great. It's so awesome.
How are we 50 states operating as one is what I ask myself most days.
Well, that's the thing. We're not operating as one. Right?
It's not going to operate very efficiently after this. Algorized. So it's ALGORIZE.
Cool. Well, congrats to Kraft and Algorized.
Right. Right. Raising money is tough.
It's a crazy year to raise money, so.
100%. People sensing.
People sensing and decentralized.
Well, there you go. We are done. We're all wrapped up for today. We barfed. So, Katie, first time on. Little different format today, but
I had a blast.
There you go.
I really did. It was a good way to end the week.
She's going to go swimming in the ocean tonight, and
I did think about it. There is a great white off of New Jersey right now, though. He's like 1,600 pounds.
Is that what's her name?
No, it's not Mary Jane or Mary Ellen or whatever that one is. This is a boy, which is
come on, bring him in. He can't be really aggressive.
We've had a lot of whales and dolphins lately. They actually found a butchered dolphin by my house the other day. Someone actually like the FBI is involved. It's anyways.
Wow.
The world is terrifying, but thank you for this.
You live in a harmful place.
The ocean is scary. So
turns out, I think the deep ocean is scarier to me than space.
Yeah.
Like we might know more about space.
What's down there, like in the deep ocean part, like a really, really deep ocean part, that whatever the hell is down there, I'm more afraid of that.
Have you guys ever watched Spooky Lake Month? It just concluded, but
no.
I'm going to plug Spooky Lake Month real quick. So here, fun thing to look at on TikTok or Instagram, whatever you prefer.
Yeah.
Spooky Lake Month every October. This woman, her name's Gio. She actually has a book out about it now. She talks about all the terrifying bodies of water.
Oh, very nice.
Every day she does a different one. Little video for it. Go back and watch this October. You'll learn a lot of stuff.
What's it called?
Spooky Lake Month.
Well,
it's every October she does
it. I'm down.
Share it with your kids. It's very cool. Lake Baikal. Have you ever heard of Lake Baikal? It's in like Siberia, I think.
Yeah.
Terrifying things exist on this planet.
Just bodies on bodies down there.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
So there you go.
We have a small little lake by me that I won't go on by myself.
Really?
It's small.
Is it haunted?
I mean, it feels haunted. You have to go back in this path, and there's like a campground on the one side, but it always has fog on it, and it's only 7 foot deep.
I'm gonna take you to Caddo Lake when you come back to Texas. I'm gonna take you to Caddo Lake.
I don't
Is
like
that where your lake house is?
No, it's the only natural lake in Texas.
Oh,
every other lake in Texas.
Natural lake in Texas.
One.
What's wrong with you
East
people?
Texas. We have like 600 lakes, so we're good.
I live on a lake. I don't know if y'all know that.
I didn't
by
know
the
that.
beach.
No.
I live on a lake by the beach. It's
so
brackish.
that's on both sides.
It's brackish.
Okay.
I live on a peninsula.
Yeah.
So I live.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's brackish, and right now it's real low because it hasn't rained in 2 months, and they control it with a flume. So
seawater can come in. So you've got some animals in there that can do fresh and seawater.
We got a lot of snapping turtles. They lay their eggs in my yard every year.
Dude, I love those animals that can actually do both.
Yeah.
Well, there's
nature
a lot of them
is
down
amazing.
It is. They
We
adapt.
went from technology to nature.
We've got to end it there. I love animals that can do both.